Y'all get done.
The things used to break off of all that. That's why I had to get some new ones.
I'm scared.
Hey, Steph, y'all lit these, Steph? No, I ain't go.
Everybody got to do it.
He just turned 9 yesterday, which is perfect.
Oh.
That's the reason I wasn't there.
Oh.
I know he's happy. Right. I've been in the game long enough now. Ball for 10 years.
Right.
And he plays soccer, but he doesn't like it. 12:04, Nick.
Earliest we can get on there is 12:25. All right, let's go, you guys. Hurry up and finish up. Try to get, slash to the basket. Capable three-point and mid-range shooter, so you have to respect that. We need to lock him down too. He had 18 against Quaker Valley. We can't let him have that. Helton had 21 against Quaker Valley. Can't let him have that. Respect him because he will hit threes. He will hit threes. Defensively, what they're going to do, they'll play us man. I believe they're going to play us a soft man. So I think if they jump out there aggressively, their asses are going to get cooked. I really think they're going to play us soft. Okay? And I think you saw that on the film too, how they kind of laid back a little bit. No big deal. We run some spread stuff, so they can't just pack that in. They'll run a 3-2. They'll run a 2-3, 3-2 triangle, 2-3X. Carolina, you know it's coming. That inbound comes into that 21. They pop up. He pops up, sets a nice little back screen for him. He rolls. All the attention, he passes here, and then he rubs off this high screen. All the attention is on him. As soon as he sets it, he pops. This guy comes in. He's left wide open. This pass is made. So don't get caught. You're getting off to the ball. Don't get caught peeking in the backfield, because you'll get caught on this. They did this like numerous times against Quaker Valley. Get low post. We have to rebound. They're not a bad rebounding team. They send 5 guys to the basket to the glass. We have to rebound. No leaking out. We have to rebound. No bad turnovers. No bad turnovers. Don't throw the ball just because. Here, I think sometimes you guys get me confused. When I say look up, we're starting to push the ball. I say look up. That doesn't mean you have to pass the ball. That means look up to see what's ahead of you. If it's open, sling that shit up ahead. If not, I trust that you guys can hang on to it and let's run an offense. Pick up full court. That ball goes through the hoop. A lot of time to think from yesterday to today. Because really, you didn't much sleep, man. I got to get calls and texts all through the night. I'm really proud of you guys from where we started to where we're at. And I've said this several times. We're not done. We're not done here. This is all part of it, fellas. This is all part of the plan. When I came here, that was one of the first things I told you when I met with you guys, what we were going to do. And this is where we're at. Last year was a nice little taste. I want the whole thing today. I want the whole thing. You get on that floor, you leave it out. Leave nothing out there. I don't think they're better than us. I really don't think they're better than us. I thought that they played a perfect game against Quaker Valley, and Quaker Valley still hung in there with them. We beat Quaker Valley by the same amount of points, I believe, and we didn't even have Jasir. So I think we're better. And I'm going to tell you again for the 25th time this year, do what you do. They can't beat us. They can't beat us. But if we go out there bullshitting, we start doing things out of character, trying to make this thing a little harder than it needs to be, absolutely. Absolutely. They definitely can do that. They definitely can give you. I honestly believe they may just very well be the second best team in AA. I think they're better Lincoln Park. I think they're better. I think they're better than Greensburg. I think they're better than Quaker Valley. This is a nice team. This is not a bad team. But fellas, it comes down to how bad do you want this shit? Are you willing to put whatever else is on your mind to the side and go out there and handle your business?
It's time to go to work.
Absolutely, fellas. Let's go. Beaver Falls, we went out there so high that it took us a half to realize what the hell was happening.
Just another day in the
All right, absolutely. Another day at the office. That's exactly right. Let's go, fellas. Our Father. Art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses. We know those trespasses against us. Lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory forever. Amen. Hey, fellas, let's go out there and whoop that ass quip stop. Let's go, fellas.
Turn on time, baby. Let's go.
Quips on 3, 1, 2, 3, quips. Let's go.
Get it. Hey,
Let's
guards,
go.
guards. Hey, guards, come here, we do it.
WPIAL champs. It's Aliquippa and Seton LeSalle in the boys AA championship game here at the Peterson Event Center on the campus of the University of Pittsburgh. And Bruce Sakalik joined by Ellis Cannon. Great to have you with us as we get set for, well, a matchup between two teams that know each other. Well, let's take a step back. An Aliquippa team that's undefeated, but the last time they lost, Ellis, was to these Rebels.
Yeah, and don't think that Aliquippa forgot. As a matter of fact, I'm sure they've been thinking about that all week, or certainly since they knew this would be their foe. Interesting as well, when you take a look at 10 WPIAL championships, Bruce, for Aliquippa, proud history, 4 state titles, but the first time back to the title game since 2007, you know they want to bring it home.
So how do they get here? Well, let's take a look at the Panera brackets. Let's start with Seton LaSalle. You can see Shadyside Academy, win over Olsh, and then Quaker Valley. As for Aliquippa, they beat Ford City, Bishop Canavan, and then Greensburg Central Catholic in the semifinals. That's how they got here. Now let's take it the Xfinity players to watch, and we begin again with Seton LaSalle.
Yeah, I'm going off the rail a little bit here. Number 12, Christian Del Greco right there. The backcourt guards are critical for this team, but Del Greco's a senior. He's a number 2 scorer. He missed the semifinal, and if he comes out spicy, he can take pressure off the guys behind him. Also, the Quip guys, well, there's a lot there, but number 2, Stephon McGinnis, you see him there taking the J, top Quip scorer at 21 per, had 30 in the semis. His coach says when he's on his game, there's no better guard around.
So let's take a look at the MSA Sports keys to the game. And once again, we start with Seton LaSalle.
Yeah, we have a pair. Backcourt play in depth. Back to the top. Backcourt play. Cletus Helton and Paris Ford. Both sophomores, they have to know the heat is going to be coming from Aliquippa. The depth, well, the Rebels could go 11 deep, whether quantity is quality. After the first 5 can be a key, particularly if the game is fast and they need fresh players. For the Quips, well, guards win and fire resistant. Back to the top. Aliquippa has a pair in Jasier Jordan and Stephon McGinnis. They can light it up, averaging about 36 a game, and fire resistant deal with the heat. Seton LaSalle, again, is the last team to beat Aliquippa. They're the defending title holders. Aliquippa trying to make history here tonight and has to control emotions and handle the pressure.
Tip-off is coming up of this boys' AA championship game, and today's WPIAL championships on Xfinity TV is brought to you by
The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
great anthem as we get set for this boys' AA championship game. Let's send it over to PA announcer Joe Long.
This game is in boys AA and will feature the top-seeded Aliquippa Quips against the Seton LaSalle Rebels. The Quips defeated Ford City, Bishop Canavan, and Greensburg Central Catholic to get to this game. They're undefeated with a record of 24-0, and today they will be the home team. The Rebels defeated Shadyside Academy, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, and Quaker Valley for the right to play here today. Their record is 23-2, and they will be the guests. And now let's meet the players, beginning with the Seton LaSalle Rebels. Starting at guard, a 6'3" senior, number 5, Andrew Rogers. At guard, a 5'10" senior, number 12, Christian Del Greco. At guard, a 6' junior, number 15, Cletus Helton. At guard, a 6' sophomore, number 21, Paris Ford. And at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 32, Ryan Norkus. The head coach of Seton LaSalle is Mark Walsh. He is assisted by G.J. Schaefer, Sean Trainer, Ron Muslinski, Mike Canavan, and Mark Schreier. And now here come the Aliquippa Quips. Starting at guard, a 5'10" senior wearing 0, Darian Fields. At guard, a 5'10" junior, number 1, Jasier Jordan. At guard, a 5'9" senior, number 2, Stephon McGinnis. At forward, a 6'5" junior, number 13, Charles Humphreys. And jumping center for the Quips, a 6'2" junior, number 23, Kazon Pugh. The head coach of Aliquippa is Nick Lakovich. He is assisted by Dwight Hines. The officials for this game, the referee is Tom Drennan, and the umpires are Anthony Carter and Aaron Mickens.
And we are just about set to tip this one off. Ellis, exciting matchup here. I think both these teams are looking forward to this. Aliquippa 24-0, number 1 ranking. Seton LaSalle, the defending champs. I don't think anybody's really going to be nervous as much as they are anxious.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I mean, both these teams obviously come in as a 1 and a 3 seed, so they've earned their way here in a big-time way. The other thing about it is, though, it's not the same Seton LaSalle team. Let's not forget the fact that 9 out of the 18 players that played last year are gone. They got a lot of experience with some of those players, but really, I believe only 2 starters returned. So it's a new experience, yet in some respects, it's one they've had before.
Norkus and Humphreys to jump it up here at the Peterson Event Center of the Boys AA Championship, and we are underway, and the tap is fought for and won by Kazon Pugh of Aliquippa. Here comes the Quips quickly down. Tapped up and up, no good. Rebound. And quickly, the putback, no good by Pugh. And Seton LaSalle grabs the rebound.
Aliquippa attacking the hoop right off the bat.
Go with the full court man here. Pressured by Fields. He'll work it down to the baseline. Little spin move, the jumper, oh, no good. Taken by Helton. And here comes Aliquippa the other way. Long lead pass, no good, won't fall. The rebound pulled down by Jordan. Back out top. Quick, fast-paced start to this one. Out of bounds, and it will belong to Seton LaSalle.
Couple of missed bunnies already for Aliquippa. That's 3, if not 4, and then the turnover under their hoop. Not a great start.
In the pressure, Stephon McGinnis. Token pressure here. He's Helton with the basketball. Good matchup here. And a 5-second call. Rebels will turn it over.
Don't see that all the time.
Maybe they're said they weren't nervous. Maybe a little too relaxed.
Yeah, right. It's an interesting point. The alarm clock went off, boys. Let's go.
So here come the Quips. We're a minute in and scoreless. Jasir Jordan, top of the key. And he threw it right away. Rebels storm back. To the hoop, rejected. Big play defensively, and now another as he came back was Charles Humphreys, who had the initial block, got himself up, came back into the play, and commits the foul. We'll take a good look at it here.
Yeah, Humphreys, of course, the junior, nice eyes to him, and a very authoritative slam. And then he came back, and for good matters, he decided to have attack. But as it turns out, you've got Seton LaSalle at the line right now.
Yeah, it's Ryan Norkus, the 6'3 senior. He'll hit the first one, put the first points on the board. Second one. Off the front of the iron, and the rebound pulled down by Stephon McGinnis, and he'll lead it up ahead and quickly to the hoop. Shot no good by Jordan, the rebound. Norkus has been busy here.
He has been. He's been boarding, and of course he's got the lone point. He's a top scorer for this green and gold team.
Drive by Helton, right down the lane, little kick out. Trey is up by Rogers, no good. Rebound, Norkus puts it back up.
Comes in average at 22 a game, the 6'3 senior, and again, very simple. Don't put it on the floor, just put it right back up against the glass.
I don't think Aliquippa trailed at all in their semifinal matchup. But they're down 3 here, and just like that, they tie it up with the tray. Nope, just the two.
Credit that to Jordan.
And just like that, Ryan Norkus comes back. He'll hit the jumper. Turn up the ball. They come back quickly the other way. The drive, lay it up and in for Stephon McGinnis.
We got some pace here right off the bat.
And both teams look comfortable in it as well. There's a drive and a foul. This should be on Jasir Jordan. Second team foul on the Quips.
And the reach. It's about 6 points scored in a matter of, 15 seconds?
They're quick. Quick transition for both teams.
They like to play that way, both of them.
Helton, and he'll take the tray. No good. Rebound pulled down by Humphreys. Lead it ahead to McGinnis. Jordan, he'll pull up, take the tray. No good. And quickly come back the other way. Lead is Helton. Drive, go behind the back. Norkus has it slapped out of his hands, and that will be a foul. Well, they're going to say it's on the shot, too. Wasn't on the pass. It's going to be a shooting foul here for Seton LaSalle.
Yeah, it is a pretty clear slap. You can hear it all the way here with their headsets on, and that puts, once again, Norkus, who's leading out there with 5 points right now, all 5 for Seton LaSalle back in the strike.
First one is good. And that's 3 team fouls now. And with that, Sheldon Jeter goes to the bench. 1 each on Jordan, Humphreys, and Jeter. Second one, nothing but net. Seton LaSalle by 3.
Great start by Norkus.
3 minutes in here. Humphreys. Drive, take it baseline, nearly lost it. Nice save that time by Stephon McGinnis. He'll pull up, and they calling for the push-off here? What are they calling? Yeah, so They're going to call that on McGinnis. Get a look at it here. This is going to be the 4th team foul here. Watch that. Or did they call it on the screen? I think they called it on the screen. Yeah, they called it on Pugh for the illegal screen, so that was not on McGinnis. But 4 team fouls, and now a traveling violation, and the Rebels turn it over. Neither team seems real comfortable. I mean, they're playing up tempo, but nobody really seems real comfortable.
Well, rhythm.
Yeah, that's a good word.
You know, there's pace, but there's not rhythm. And that could be early stuff. But again, if there's a player who does, it's perhaps the most important player for Seton LaSalle, and that would be the senior Norcus.
Helton guarding Jordan here. Plays off the pick. Now peels back. Drives. Tipped. Could not. Yeah, I guess he did save it. Did not touch it last. Pugh kind of reached out for it, but Seton LaSalle obviously got a piece of it.
Norcus lives under the hoop, and I tell you what, he does it offensively and defensively. You saw him get a hand in there, quick hands, big on defense.
With a hand on it there was Rogers, but able to pick it up was Jordan in the corner. Back out top of the key, the left-handed tray is nothing but net for McGinnis.
When he starts, it can get ugly. All right, I'm going to just make that clear, and I'll get to some more facts on it later.
And here's a steal by Jasir Jordan, a long lead pass up to McGinnis. How about another tray? Nope, that one wouldn't go, and the rebound pulled down by Rogers, and he was pushed by Humphreys. Humphreys going to pick up his 2nd personal. That will be 5 team fouls to 0 for Seton LaSalle.
And that's not good, obviously, when your big guy's got a couple, and I got to take a look at it because I know this is definitely not a foul at Aliquippa, and I'm not so sure it's a foul in Pittsburgh. To be perfectly honest about it, I mean that's about as casual contact as you could possibly make chasing down the ball.
And Robert Crute checks in for the Quips. First time we've seen him. Midway through his first quarter, here's a drive, and Norcus, boy, he has been a force as he lays it up and in.
They're going to have to get a body on this guy, and that's a problem because obviously now with Humphreys, the big guy at 6'5", on the bench, that's going to have an effect.
Slowly up is Jordan. He'll work it near side. Lob it underneath. He's going to move by Pugh. Can't get it to fall, and the rebound pulled down by Ford. This is Paris Ford. He'll drop. Nice little cut to the lane, and they call him for the extra step, and the Rebels travel and turn it over.
Second time in the first quarter we've seen that with Seton LaSalle. Messing up some offensive opportunities. We get somebody coming in, 33 for Seton LaSalle. They, as I said, can go 10 deep pretty comfortably, and they're welcoming William O'Malley, averages 6 a game, had 13 in the semi against Quaker Valley.
So we go to the 30-second timeout here, and don't forget, you can get social with the high school basketball championships on Xfinity TV. You can find us on Facebook at High School Basketball Championship. And
not raw, and when you take a look at the lineup that Aliquippa has out there right now, outside of the fact that they've got a player in Swanson at 5'11", it's a matchup inside favor Seton LaSalle.
This is Jordan with the basketball. His 3 is up. No good. Rebound, fought for, and pulled down by the Rebels. This is William O'Malley with it. He was the player that checked in just before that timeout, and quickly up ahead, lay it up and in. The basket by Ford, I believe.
Yeah, let me call that publicly sweet.
Well, 4-point lead here now for Seton LaSalle. They have led throughout this first quarter, and again, Aliquippa, 5 fouls to 0 for the Rebels. Here's a drive. Jordan banks it off the glass and in.
Jordan now with 4.
Back to the Rebels. Matchup man defensively by Aliquippa. Out front, Norcus just hands it right back to Del Greco. Christian Del Greco with the neon sneakers. There's a 3, and it's up and good. Well, we've called it, as Norcus, he's just everywhere.
Yeah.
Underneath, bank it up and in. Pugh for Aliquippa.
Yeah, Norcus right now is the story. It's really that simple. He's setting up the screen at the top of the circle as they rotate their offense here.
Here's 4. Baseline. Fouled, and he will go to the line. That will be 6 team fouls on Aliquippa.
It's a pretty hard foul. We're going to get the replay right here. And it didn't sit real well with Seton LaSalle. I mean, that was a hard foul.
That was Pugh, yeah.
By Pugh. And so to the line, as you can see, goes Ford.
He's only a sophomore.
Oh, well, both these guys in the backcourt are sophomores. They've got a very bright future.
Here's Rashad Harmon, you see checking in for Aliquippa. As we get set for the second free throw from the sophomore forward. Lefty hits it.
A lot of lefties out here today.
Yeah, I noticed that. 5-point lead. Biggest so far for Seton LaSalle. As we near 2 minutes left first quarter, this boys AA championship game. Great to have you with us at the Peterson Event Center here at the University of Pittsburgh. Jordan pulls up. His jumper, no good. Rebound forward and forward on the dribble. Behind the back with it and quickly back. Pulls up, three-pointer. No good that time by Del Greco. Rebound Norcus, and he gets the fall.
Even when you miss the three, as Del Greco did, you see Norcus playing garbage man and getting it back up into the hoop. He now has, I've got him with 11 points. No, 14?
Wow. Here's a drive. That's got to be a travel. Yeah, he takes the hop step here, but he's got to land on both. He takes that jump. Yeah. He's got to land on both feet. He can't use both, and he got called for the travel.
Yeah, you're going to see it. You can do the jump stop, then you've got to be able to...
1-2. There it is.
Hey, I tell you one thing I'm impressed with as well with Seton LaSalle early on. They're really killing the boards.
Yes.
Now, again, you've got Humphreys out of the game, so kill the boards. You have to take advantage because when and if, more likely when, Aliquippa gets into its game, you've got to make sure that you've taken advantage of opportunities turnover.
Here's a steal, and back comes Aliquippa the other way. The drive, pulled up, Fields can't shoot. All the way out, the three-pointer is up by just here, Jordan, and it's good.
Jordan comes in averaging 15. He had 15 against Greensburg Central Catholic in the semis.
Helton on the dribble. Matched up here by McGinnis defensively. Little rotation here. Norcus, can he save it? Yes, he does. In that corner. He's bumped again. Tried to dish it out, stolen by McGinnis. And here comes McGinnis, 3-on-2. Through one man, but then he gets fouled on the second. I think our officials going to get together here. They want to know if this was a shooting foul or not. I think that's what they're discussing. Kind of throws it up.
That is a valid field goal attempt in Aliquippa. That's all I'm saying.
He's going to get it.
Hey, I'll tell you what. See, you guys laughing at my joke. Hey, here's another thing. I can't believe that Cletus made a mistake, but actually let's give some... Marcus made a mistake, but let's give some love actually to the defense here of Aliquippa to force.
First foul of the game by Seton LaSalle comes with 39 seconds left in the quarter. So they're playing aggressive. They're crashing the boards, but they're under control. Second one, no good. The rebound pulled down by Del Greco. See if they hold for the last shot here. Mark Walsh barking things out as the Rebels push it up. Fields defensively here as he leaves it now to Helton. Helton, Norcus, drive, bumped and hits the bunny. So why would I ever think they'd hold for a last shot? Temple, these teams want to play.
It's 16 points for him of the 20 for Seton LaSalle. Wow. That's a big story.
Out front, down to 4. Pull up, three-pointer by Jordan. He went to the court looking for a foul, none called, and he's still looking, wondering why that wasn't a foul, saying it hit his arm. Well, we've played one, and the score, Seton LaSalle 20, Aliquippa 15. It's the boys' AA championship, the Xfinity High School Sports. Ryan Norcus has 16 of his team's 20 first quarter points.
Yeah, I think that's most of them. And, you know, he's 6 of 6 from the field. He's 1 for 1 from the 3 for 4 from the free throws, and he's got 5 rebounds. So he's been perfect. My argument now is if I'm Aliquippa, their best player just went off. He's perfect. We've got our height guy on the bench. We're only down by 5. Settle down.
There's a pass knocked out of bounds. It will stay Seton LaSalle basketball. Rebels had as much of as a 7-point lead, 18-11 at one point. It's been the biggest lead so far. A little battle going on there. That's Crute kind of squaring up with Norquist. You've got to believe they've got to check down on him. The end of the corner. The jumper up, no good by Rogers. Rebound, long lead pass to Fields. Fields will take it on the hop and lay it up and in.
Nicely done, just allowing it to drop and put it right back in. Fields came in averaging 12 and a half. That gives him his first 2 of the night.
This is Helton. And Helton, it goes out of bounds. And Norquist trying to say it was touched, and no, it was not. Here's that long lead pass. Look at this. Don't even have to catch it. Watch this. Just let it bounce, and in one motion, lay it up and in.
Just being athletic and good instincts. I mean, he didn't get fancy with it. He let it come down and put it right back up.
Now, of course, had you had that play, you would
I would
have
have
reverse dunked.
I would have kicked the ball into the upper deck.
Here's a turnarounder for the baseline. No good by Pugh, but a foul on the rebound.
That's going to be on Crude for getting the body in.
So again, the foul implications here. So Crute, his first.
Only a sophomore.
17 fouls were in the
6'2".
bonus. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Pardon me. Yeah, just pointing out. You know, you've got to get some big guys out there, and you've got a couple of them right now for Aliquippa. But you know, they've got to tie up, as we mentioned. You just mentioned moments ago, Norquist.
So here's Paris Ford, 6-foot sophomore at the line. 1-and-1, he'll hit the front end. I like that little behind the back he does. He takes it around the waist, but doesn't work there as he missed it. And here comes Aliquippa back, down by 5. Out front, this is Darian Fields. He'll work it left side. Jasir Jordan looks things over and waits for the pick, drives the lane, throws it up, can't hit, and Norquist grabs the rebound. Stolen away, beautiful read by McGinnis. McGinnis, kick it back out to Jordan for 3, no good. And the rebound fought for and won by Pugh, but I think he must have stepped out as he grabbed that rebound, and Seton LaSalle gets the basketball.
Nice play there by McGinnis to set up his teammate Jordan. It looked like he rushed it just a little bit. It followed through. It looked a little bit more hopeful than anything.
With it, Del Greco will work it up. Guarded by Jeter. That's Sheldon Jeter defensively. Leaves it. This is Helton. Helton back out front to Rogers, and a whistle and a foul. And again, they just continue to pile up for Aliquippa. You see Nick Lakovich, the head coach, very animated over there.
Well, he thought his guy got position. He thought he got around cleanly and didn't go through Norquist right there. And to be honest with you, that's going to be the key in this quarter. They've got to deny Norquist the ball because every time he's touched the ball, he's scored practically. And so they're obviously going to try to turn the heat up in terms of ball denial, and that's what he was arguing about. You got to give me a little bit of room here. That's what he's saying to the ref right now.
Missed it. The rebound grabbed by Darian Fields, and here come the Quips. Undefeated this season. Drive, pull up, 16-foot jumper, no good. Norquist grabs the rebound. It's been everywhere. Holding it, Cletus Helton. He'll leave it back now as they work it up with Del Greco.
Norquist now for half a dozen rebounds.
Pull up Trey, no good. And it will belong to Aliquippa. A 5-point lead for the Rebels here.
Interesting, though, Aliquippa looks like it's making some defensive adjustments in terms of the ball when in fact Seton LaSalle has the ball in their side of the court. They get him in a half-court game and they're tightening things up.
There's a three-pointer, rattles around, wouldn't go for McGinnis. Rebound, put and fall for Jeter, and Seton LaSalle will work it back. This is Rogers, and Roger pulls up. May have been an extra step there. You can hear the crowd react to that.
Thought they saw a shuffle.
There's a drive and a foul on the drive. And again, the fouls just continue to mount. That's going to be the 9th team foul against Aliquippa. Seton LaSalle's going to be in the double bonus here on the next one. The drive, there's the bump by Sheldon Jeter.
His second. I mean, right now, Aliquippa has to know that they're calling it tight. And to put it politely, they've called it very, very tight on Aliquippa, and they've got to make that adjustment.
Back to the line is Paris Ford. Missed it. Rebound. Back. And there's a bump. They're going to get Ford. And you hear the crowd react. Mark Walsh even looking at Ford. Ford's kind of putting his palms up. Mark Walsh, his coach, looked at him and said, just settle down. That's only our second foul. Relax.
The ref is having a conversation with Mr. Ford, telling him, okay, no, maybe they want to quit the conversation, I think, if you're Ford.
Yeah, it's only to Ford's benefit that he kind of let it go and get back to the game. He's kind of nodding to his teammates saying, I'm good, I'm good. There's a drive by Crute, kicks it back out. McGinnis can't get it the ball. Boy, great job to go get his own rebound. Good hustle that time. Look at the work here. Get a tie up. The possession arrow will belong to Aliquippa.
Look, Seton LaSalle wants to take this kid out of the game. I mean, because he's electric. I mean, he comes in, he's a transfer from Ambridge. He's 5'9", but he plays with tremendous energy, averaging 21. This guy came in with 21 as a top scorer. He had 21 in the second half against GCC in order to get here, and he can go on runs. As a matter of fact, they asked the coach afterwards, what do you call that second half run? And he said, Stephon McGinnis.
Yeah. He's very, very, here's a steal by Paris Ford on the inbound. Just great anticipation to pick it off. And he'll go behind the back with it, dish it off. To drive, lay it up, and count it. And the bucket good by Cletus Helton.
Very nice. Helton and Ford are pretty impressive.
Back to a 7-point lead for Seton LaSalle. That matches the high in this game. And they'll grab the rebound off the miss. Helton up ahead. O'Malley. Up front, Milkins. Underneath. Well, fans wanted a double dribble, but that was a flub, we call it. He took the pass, it went off his hands and down. I heard the fans react, they wanted a double dribble, but he was still good on that. And then here's the offensive player control foul on O'Malley. Good call that time. Lead with that shoulder. You can't be a fullback in basketball.
No, and you don't get much of a drop-off when O'Malley comes in. As I pointed out a little bit ago, he averages 6, but he doubled that against Quaker Valley.
Jordan in the corner and stolen away. Another turnover by the Quips. Back comes Seton LaSalle into the corner. The lefty Paris Ford can't hit. The rebound battle for this time. The possession arrow belongs to the Rebels. And now a timeout taken by Aliquippa. So with that, Nick Lakovich will get a chance to talk to his troops. It's a full timeout, a 60-second timeout. A 7-point lead here for Seton LaSalle. And high school sports fans, Xfinity TV Sports telecasts are available for purchase on DVD.
Norcus has been brilliant. On the other side, you get a feeling that Coach Lakovich is thinking, on the one hand, we're settling, and on the other hand, we're rushing. They need to find a balance offensively in particular. They get the ball up the court quite well, but they're either quick on the trigger or they seem to settle for shots that they would really rather have back.
If there's any positive, Ryan Norcus still has just 16 points, so he has been held without a point in the second quarter, so they are doing a better job.
Yeah, they're collapsing on him much more effectively.
Helton with the try. But Aliquippa comes away with it. And here come the Quips. This is Jeter. Leave it to Jordan. His three, no good. Rebound comes all the way out. Good hustle up ahead on the play. And Helton goes up, can't get it to fall. The rebound, O'Malley, and he'll bank it up and in.
Well done by O'Malley. Didn't mess around with it. Had patience, waited, and then just put it up.
Biggest lead of the game right now. 9 points for Seton LaSalle. The defending champs against the unbeaten and #1 ranked Quips. And now we get a foul here. And this should be on Cletus Helton, I believe. So the foul's somewhat evening off. 9-4. So fourth team foul on the Rebels. And toss in by Jasir Jordan. Stephon McGinnis with it. In his face is Paris Ford, the sophomore. Leave it left side. Three-pointer up, no good. Missed it by Jeter, and here comes Seton LaSalle. O'Malley thought about the three and got it blocked. Quick hand in there by Sheldon Jeter. Whips back under three. Three-pointer no good. They just can't hit right now, Ellis.
Nobody can. They've got 6 combined points between them, and we're with 2:45 away from halftime. It's 20-15 after the first quarter. It's 25-16 now. That's 6 total points. 1 for Aliquippa.
Del Greco. Norcas, he got bumped, fell to the court, no foul there. Here's a drive on the follow-up. Can't get it to fall Rogers, and the tie-up again, Aliquippa has it. Knocked away, bumped, and quickly back is Jordan. And he drives through. We're going to get an offensive foul on Aliquippa. This will be the charging foul on Jasir Jordan.
And that was out of control from the very beginning, and as pointed out to us by our excellent producer, Roger, Aliquippa shooting 25% from the field, and as I said, it's either been rushed or it's just not. It's like, can we run a play?
Right. It was Andrew Rogers, by the way, for Seton LaSalle, who made the good decision there. Just stand still, let Jordan crash into you. He was out of control. He read it perfectly, and he gets the foul. 2 minutes left. Cross-court pass to O'Malley. He'll look, but nothing there. A big battle underneath there. They're trying to work it to Norcas and can't get it to him. Drive underneath baseline. Pump once, goes up. Can't get it to fall is Ford, and Aliquippa with the rebound. Fields back the other way. Drive. McGinnis, high arcing shot, and he gets it to fall. Back to a 7-point deficit for the Quips.
McGinnis at 8, so obviously they need him to heat up, if not through the rest of this half, then certainly in the third quarter. He's a one-man run, according to his coach. It wouldn't be a bad idea if he could get into one of those.
Ford, kick it out, top of the key. The tray is up and no good. Del Greco followed up by Helton. He can't get it to fall, and here comes Jordan the other way. Jordan lays it up and in.
Well, basically, after not having a field goal since yesterday afternoon, that's 2 right now in 30 seconds for Aliquippa, and now we're back to a 5-point game, and they look like they're interested in playing defense.
Yeah, and Mark Walsh, I think he's sensing it. He wants a 30-second timeout here to sort of settle everybody down. Last thing you want in this last minute is them to get on a nice run, but you can sense something here, and a good timeout, I think, by Walsh. Here's that last, watch this. He has to alter the shot up over and gets it to fall, and then an even better job avoiding taking the extra step.
I was just ready to say that. He get the other foot down, he avoided that, and that's athleticism and follow through. Look, if they can go to the rim, they'll go to the rim. We both know that. And right now, that is about as closest to what we've seen Aliquippa play offensively in terms of a scheme. And again, we know they're going to come up. We know both these teams are going to fast break. We know they're going to take advantage of their athleticism. Right now, you also get the sense, again, Aliquippa a little bit cautious. They went 6 minutes without a field goal. Mark's telling us, our good stat guy. They have made the last 2, though. So they've perhaps righted themselves, but we'll see. Seton LaSalle with the ball at the timeline. 56 to go.
Boys Double-A championship. Seton LaSalle, the defending champs. Aliquippa, a perfect 24-0. The number 1 team in the state. Here's O'Malley. Pressure, turns around, he'll take the 3. Short, rebound. Up with it, and fouled was Andrew Rogers, and he'll go to the line, shooting 2. You get a good look at the foul here, no question about this one. Good take, and then the foul on Aliquippa. That's Bobby Casho who commits it.
It's unusual territory for Aliquippa all the way around, not just trailing right now, but being uphill throughout this game, and that requires a change of mentality as well as strategy. It's certainly not something that they're used to. When they've been pushed, they've been able to separate from teams, but right now they're finding that to be very difficult.
Andrew Rogers, the 6'3" senior, hits the second one. A 6-point lead And you see the clock there, 38 seconds left as they let it roll up, and now it will start. Out front, Jordan with it. Lead it back over, McGinnis, and they'll play catch back and forth. Little volleyball match here with Rogers, the net. Out front with it. And just swing it back around to Jordan. Down to 20. There's Jordan and McGinnis back and forth. The drive swatted away, knocked out of bounds. It will stay Aliquippa basketball. It was off the hands of Del Greco. And I see Mark Walsh had it right in front of me. He thought there was a tip there, but it looked from our vantage point like it was clearly Aliquippa ball. And now we're going to get a discussion here.
Yeah, Mark goes by the nickname Nobby. He looked matty.
Now this would be interesting. This is actually in a three-man officiating crew, Ellis. This is the center official who's on the opposite side. Now again, Mark Walsh reacted. There's the tip there, and then another one. He's claiming that Sheldon Jeter, number 5 for Aliquippa, who was in that shot, he's claiming he got a piece of it, but they're gonna maintain their call here. It will stay Aliquippa basketball.
It looked to me like it was off Del Greco. Having said that, I'm not so sure that was the right pass or a bright pass. He goes with a diagonal pass, and for instance, that's always going to be difficult against his defense, and he had an open man. Fields in the corner.
Left side, three-pointer up, rattles out, wouldn't fall for Jordan. Rebound on the floor, who gets it? Big collision there. 4 seconds left. Seton LaSalle back the other way. Helton pulls up three. No, it won't go. It would have counted too. If it would have gone, it would have counted. But we have played the first half of this boys' AA WPIAL championship, and the score is Seton LaSalle 26, Aliquippa 20. Wow, what a first half.
Very good first half, up and down, and well, I tell you what, you know that they want to push it. You know that we'll talk about this perhaps with Coach Walsh in just a moment. Their style is to keep playing, be aggressive, fast break, and they've made the most of that, as well as take advantage in that first quarter in particular with their big man down low, the senior Norcus.
Now, Norcus with 16 of their 20 points in that first quarter, but since then, Aliquippa has done a pretty good job with him. But what a start. I think exactly what Seton LaSalle wanted here. They've come out, they've been very composed, I thought. Both teams under control, but on that Aliquippa side, Ellis, I think you hit the nail on the head, how they just seem to be maybe a little bit too rushed.
Yeah, you've got that feel for a while. Let's get to them, though.
All right, we have with us Mark Walsh, the head coach of Seton LaSalle. Mark, that first half, was that what you were expecting or what?
You know what? We come off to a pretty good start. They got a really good team with McGinnis and the Jordan kid out front. And, you know, it was a good start. First, we shot the ball pretty well. I got to do a better job of getting the ball to my key player, Norcus. And our team got to do a better job of that. With Paris Ford's ability to attack out front, if we handle the ball a little bit better and box out on defense, I think we'll be in great shape.
Hey, go talk to your team. Thanks
Coach.
A lot. That is Mark Walsh, the head coach of the Seton LaSalle Rebels, as they lead it 26-20 over the unbeaten and #1 seed Aliquippa Quips. It's the boys' AA championship on Xfinity High School Sports.
Here's the bad news. The good news is they're playing as well as they can play, and they're only up 6 points. Only up 6 points. We haven't even started playing yet. Now, when we go back out there, you can't.
3, 2, 2, got 1. Who else?
You know what? I'm still trying to make up my mind.
Sear, you got 2. Scott got 2. Pew 3. Humphreys 2. Cruz 1.
I don't want that.
Dashaw 1.
Listen, stop. That's not what I'm saying. I don't need you going out there getting the 4th foul 30 seconds into the third quarter. No. Shit, now what if I stuck him back in here and now you guys are both sitting here with 3? You guys know what to do. There's no magic. Only God's words. Let's go. Let's go. Quips on 3. 1, 2, 3. Quips. That third quarter, then we'll get the case on there. Come on, let's go, fellas. That way you walk to get the gas.
Wish 99.7 with Chris and Chris in the morning and $1,000 Thursdays. Today's hits and yesterday's favorites. That's today's Wish 99.7. And we welcome you back to the Peterson Event Center here on the campus of the University of Pittsburgh. Bruce Sakalik joined by Alice Cannon. Interesting first half. Not as high scoring as I don't think anyone would have imagined in this one.
And that's an interesting point. Anyone. That may include Aliquippa. Aliquippa may not have really thought that this was going to be that type of style that they were going to be getting out of Seton LaSalle. We mentioned that so many players are gone from last year. It's a totally new team. Well, I'll tell you what, they still love to play up and down. They're the defending title. I tell people all the time, it's tough to take the ring off of somebody, and they're playing like it as defending champs. Maybe a little pressure as well. We talked about that early on. This is a team that's looking to become, the 14th undefeated WPIAL champion in 52 years. Maybe they're feeling that. I know there's a lot of heat back home for them. And last but not least, I think you take a look at the fact that that Norcus was such a big factor. All I know is there were 35 points scored in the first quarter, 11 total in the second. So something changed in that second quarter defensively.
So again, 26-20 is the score. Seton LaSalle leads Aliquippa in the AA championship here on Xfinity High School Sports. Now, Bruce Sakalik, Ellis Cannon back here. Joining us, Nick Lakovich, the head coach of Aliquippa. Coach, tell me about that first half. Seemed to have trouble with Ryan Norquist in the first quarter, but you did a better job in the second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a great player, and we expected him to do, not quite that much. But the first half, we kind of really didn't show up. I'm hoping the second half we show up. I think if we do what we do, it's not going to matter too much what they do.
Hey, Coach, obviously Humphreys being down with a couple of fouls changed your strategy a bit. He was on the bench. How do you expect him to impact the second half?
If Chucky's in there, he'll impact it. I'm not worried about that. It's just keeping him on the floor. Hopefully, he'll be able to do that.
What's the key here in the second half?
Just us playing the way we play. Quit forcing shots, better defense, keep them off the foul lines. I think we'll be all right.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it. Best of luck here in the second half. That is Nick Lakovich, the head coach of the Aliquippa Quits. Let's take a look at those highlights, and there you see Ryan Norquist in 16 of their 20 first quarter points, Ellis. That's dominant.
Yeah, very much so. He just controlled it. He was the entire story when this game started. He was hitting threes. He was able to hit a bunch of baskets underneath. You're able to see McGinnis a little bit here, but not enough. And I think Coach hit it. You heard me say earlier that offensively they were struggling. Again, that was a nice play by McGinnis, who they're looking to get on a roll here soon. But when you take a look at the stats, look at the bottom right. Aliquippa with 29%. I was struggling a little bit to put exactly the words on it that I wanted to. I said that they were, settling at times. He came up with the word force. I think that's a great way. Look at the free throws. The Rebs at the line 12 times. Quip 2. That's huge. And they're getting killed on the boards. Something we talked about as well with the Rebels jumping out on that early.
You know what else? You look at those stats, all things considered, Aliquippa's only down 6. I mean, really, if you look at those numbers, they could be down much more.
No question. As a matter of fact, they've been behind the whole game, and that's something that is unusual for them. That's a factor to consider. I made the point basically that you just did when it was 5 after the first quarter, but they need to score more than 5 points in the second quarter, which is what Aliquippa did. So they, again, we've talked about their offensive flow, running a play, not just being impatient and so forth. He's hit it in the head. Quit forcing shots and get into some rhythm. We talked earlier, lots of pace, not a lot of rhythm, particularly for Aliquippa.
Just seconds away from beginning this second half, the AA championship here at the Peterson Event Center on the campus of the University of Pittsburgh. Certainly hope you're enjoying this one. Again, championships moving from the Bluff at the Palumbo Center here to the University of Pittsburgh, so a new venue. We mentioned Seton LaSalle winning the championship last year. It is a little bit surprising. 2007, the last time Aliquippa was here?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, absolutely. And you don't think that way. When you drive up to Broadhead Road in Aliquippa, there's a big sign, and it's very clear what their championship history is for anybody entering Aliquippa in football and in basketball and so forth, and that's what I meant earlier. But they're really basically going to have a better quarter right here, and one that is, I think, significantly better than the first half to put themselves in a position to try to collect that undefeated WPIAL title.
Quips with the possession arrow, so they get the basketball. We're underway, third quarter. Out front, that is McGinnis. We just spotlighted him there at halftime. Here's a steal. Bad pass. Helton the other way. One hands and lays it in.
Great hands by Helton, and Coach Lakovich just expressed some anger over the sloppy pass by Humphreys, who's back in the game.
The drive, the shot. Jordan hits it. Just see Jordan, little kind of fall-off jumper there, but he gets it to go.
He is now 11 on the game.
Leave it near side with it. Looking. Paris Ford, the sophomore. We've called his name quite a bit as well.
Yeah, we have. Not surprised.
Help, drive, dish it underneath Norcus, and he walked. Little shuffle. Good call that time on the baseline, and the Rebels turn it over. Work it up. Stephon McGinnis. Standout football player as well. Leave it to Humphreys. Work it around. A little more patience, and they throw it away again, Ellis. Just what we talked about.
It's 2 turnovers. Let's see if it is 2 field goals.
Del Greco high over Humphreys, and he gets it to fall.
If you're going to have turnovers, and those turnovers are going to turn into points, you got a problem, not the start that coach is looking for Aliquippa.
Jordan into the paint, working around. Jumper up and counted by Charles Humphreys. That's what they've been looking for.
Absolutely. They'd like to get Humphreys involved in any way they can offensively and defensively. He sat out most of the first half. And if they could draw Norcus out.
He's 6'5", Ellis. I mean, you've got to have your 6'5", the biggest boy on the floor. You've got to have him take control. And he's battling Norcus.
Right.
You see in the paint. Baseline drive, short. Rebound, who gets it? Fought for, and it's going to belong to Aliquippa.
Credit Humphreys with the full throw. I don't know what it was, but Humphreys right there literally adjusted that guy's shot. He adjusted the shot by Seton LeSalle with his presence. We didn't see that in the first half because we didn't see Humphreys in the first half.
Aliquippa down by 6 with the basketball here. Here's a drive right down the lane. Lay it up, no good. Humphreys with the rebound. Had it blocked, got pinned on the glass, then gets fouled from behind by Paris Ford, and Humphreys will go to the line.
Humphreys is anxious to get some ball in right now, and you could tell that he's playing real strong, particularly after that lazy pass to start the second half. This isn't the type of shot that coach is looking for, okay? When he talks about forcing a shot, that's the definition. That's what you see in the dictionary, and that's not what he wants, particularly 10 seconds into a possession.
Humphreys hits the first one. 6'5" junior.
Nice spin on the ball. He actually, for a big man, has got a real nice shot.
Chance to cut it to 4. They were down by as many as 9 in the first half. And he cuts it down. 30-26. A little over 2 minutes into this third quarter. Del Greco on the dribble. He'll hand it off now to Helton. A weave at the top. Pull up. Del Greco, jumper short, rebound. Nice move by Ford, count it. Now Paris Ford, the sophomore, he has certainly made himself known.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is tremendous. Actually, great ball rotation here, and ultimately the miss off the front by Del Greco. He had space and shot. He'd love to be able to sink it. Then you're able to see Ford come to the rescue. This kid's a nice-looking player, I tell you. And he's got a great name. Hi, what's your name? I'm Bruce. What's your name? Paris. I love you, Bruce. It's different. You know what I mean?
Well, you like it because it sounds like Ellis.
I didn't think of it that way.
Here's a miss. And they come back the other way. Aliquippa with the long two-pointer. No good. Fought for, pulled down by the Quips. Work it back out. McGinnis with the left-handed jumper. Won't go. Rebound. And crashing in on the rebound, I believe they're going to get Ford. Yep, Paris Ford kind of came in from behind with a little bit of a push. And that trail official saw it, calls the foul. Aliquippa gets it on the baseline.
Boy, Aliquippa is having trouble at times dropping the ball in an ocean. I mean, that shot right there by Jordan, nothing except plastic.
Darian Fields with it. Jordan thought about it, wouldn't shoot it. Humphreys won't hesitate, and he cans the jumper.
Okay, this guy's heating up. I mean, he's got 6 and all of them, of course, in the second half. He's provided them a boost.
4-point lead for Seton LaSalle. You can sense a little bit of a change here now. So can the crowd. You can hear that. On the drive, fought for. Looking. Ford drives to the hole. Humphreys went to the court trying to draw a charge, but no whistle, and Ford's slow in getting up.
Yeah, you can't give Ford that much space. He made the body move, and he made the shake, and you can't give him 3 steps to the hoop. I mean, here you go. I mean,
what do you think? What do you think, Ellis? Look here. You got a charge or a block there?
No,
you got nothing? Okay.
I got a guy that beat you to the hoop.
Okay.
I mean, you gave him 3 steps. I mean, he obviously took advantage of you, and that's a matchup he's going to win, quite frankly, most of the time.
Out front with it. McGinnis for 3. Got it. And you can see Nick Lakovich, the head coach, there pumping his fist after that bucket. He feels his team coming on a little bit here. They're down by just 3.
I think I'm trying to get the ball in the hands of McGinnis a little more frequently now.
There's a drive and a spin. Hilton lay it up with the left hand. Can't fall. Humphreys with the rebound. And back comes Aliquippa. Left side. McGinnis pulls up 3 again. Got it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
See if Mark Walsh wants a timeout here. All of a sudden, it's a tie game.
Don't forget Humphreys with the rebound on the other side, with the defensive rebound to start that.
Norcus drives, can't get it to fall. Gets his own rebound, drives, and what do we get? Player control. Norcus with the charge.
Okay, Humphreys is now really becoming an influence in the game. He's waving on his fans right behind us. Absolutely influencing the game defensively right there, a couple of different ways. And Aliquippa's right back in this thing.
They were down by 9. They were down by 8 to start. It was a 6-point deficit at halftime.
Scored 5 in the second quarter, up to 14 in the third. So clearly right off the bat, you know that they're much, much more into their game. Humphreys has energized his team. Look out.
McGinnis can't get it to fall. Rebound underneath and a foul into the line will be Seton Pugh. Take a look at this. Again, off the iron. Good positioning for that rebound. Norcus boxed out, and then it's Norcus who has to take the foul. He knows it.
Great point. Positioning matters, particularly with rebounding.
Timeout, Seton LaSalle. It is a 30-second timeout. But what a nice run here by Aliquippa as we're now tied at 34.
We are, and we're going to see the last 3-pointer here, and you can certainly see the groove that McGinnis is in, and he's got 3 threes. And, you know, we have the angle to some of those shots, and that was one of them, as was the one that followed it. They ignite off this guy. There's no question they ignite off this guy. That's obvious. And the other thing that's obvious is we're now seeing a different Aliquippa team than we did in the first half. Basically, you heard Coach Lakovich say that he needed his team to wake up. And now they've awoken, if you will. But don't make any mistake about it. Humphreys is one major reason. You can definitely see there's a different team with him in this game.
Seton Pugh at the line, looking to give Aliquippa their first lead of the game.
Wow.
And he does.
Convincingly. 3:33 to go in the third. Lots of threes there. Didn't think that I'd be saying that about Aliquippa getting their first lead.
Well, something tells me we're going to see a lot more threes for the balance of this game as well. The second one is good. The other thing of note, the fouls have completely flip-flopped. 4-1 against Seton LaSalle, so the game has changed even in that regard.
Oh,
a bit of a bump.
Push off right there, big time.
Drive by Ford, doesn't go. Rebound, fought for, and won by Aliquippa. Pugh with it.
Well, we've seen now that Aliquippa has responded, and it'll be interesting to see how this challenge affects Seton LaSalle.
Back, beautiful pass to Pugh, and he lays it up and in.
That's a beautiful, beautiful assist there by McGinnis, who's really starting to take things over.
It's a 4-point Aliquippa lead. What a change.
12-2 run in the last 2.5 minutes for Aliquippa. They're challenging everything defensively. A lot of times you see the defense ignite the offense. In this case, it's been just the opposite. But now you're seeing Aliquippa on both sides of the court. The blind look, that's perfection right there.
Out front, Del Greco, guarded by Fields. Leave it back to Helton. Helton pull-up jumper. Got it. See, LeSalle needed that.
Yeah, they did. And the sophomore stepped up. That's his sixth of the night, or say seventh when you consider his free throw. So he's they needed that.
Jordan on the dribble. Helton in his face. Back out top to Fields. Plays off a pick from Humphries and leaves it back to McGinnis. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound. Who gets it? The Rebels do. Norcus.
Talked about Seton LeSalle adjusting right now and to respond to the challenge. And that basket right there may have got them back into their flow just a little bit, and the stop.
Great drive by Norcus, but the foul was before the shot here. So it's going to be underneath the basketball for Seton LaSalle.
Okay, think about the sequence in the last 15 or 20 seconds, 30 seconds, not insignificant. You get the shot by Helton, you get a defensive stop.
Norcus for three, missed it.
And you get a foul.
And a long batted out rebound. Who gets it? Norcus to the court. He calls the timeout. He called the timeout, and he's going to get it. You know what? Officials are going to, I'm going to, speaking as an official, let me share something with you. Folks, this is not traveling. It's not traveling. He doesn't have control of the ball at any point. He covered it up. And again, you're going to see the Aliquippa bench. He asked for the timeout. He has possession. And we get the timeout by the Rebels. Now, don't forget, get social with the high school basketball championships on Xfinity TV. You can find us on Facebook at High School Basketball Championships. And
from an official standpoint, Bruce, I would also say this. Tremendous hustle, not surprisingly, by Norcus.
Right.
We've seen that all day, seen it all year. But I will say this. You also see the effect of a couple of fouls on Humphries. The last thing he needs to do is get dirty right there. And so maybe he holds back a little bit.
Yep.
Because this team is obviously much better with him in than on the bench.
When we talk about Norcus, and he's been a dominant player for Seton LaSalle, but we talked about the 16 points, 16 of their 20 in the first quarter. He hasn't scored since.
Yeah,
I mean, he's contributing. He's contributing in other ways.
Well, they clamped down. No question. They clamped down on him in the second quarter and into the third without Humphries. But now Humphries has come in and not only done that, he's given them points by putting up 8 so far, or should I say 2, 4, 6. Bad with math, but they've been an effective 6, and he's been very, very good defensively as well, playing and managing his style with 2 fouls on him.
So 1:54 left in this third quarter. You can see a 2-point Aliquippa lead. And that pressure. And a bump, and we'll get a foul on Jordan. Jasir Jordan with the hands. Third team foul, I believe, on Aliquippa.
Jordan gets emotional, and he gets expressive, and he gets a little talky, and you got to be careful.
Yeah, and with that, he's going to check out. That's his third. And Sheldon Jeter checks in for Aliquippa. Toss in to Ford, and Ford drives, spins, looks, and nearly threw it away, but Norcus able to hold on to it. Baseline drive here, can't shoot it though, good defense. And what do we get? Away from the ball with a push-off, it looks like. So team control foul here. And Aliquippa with the 2-point lead in the basketball. He'll drive it. Picked up in the lane by Pugh, and Pugh lays it in.
Pugh has 8 right now, and I tell you what, he's given him real valuable time. And presence down there. He's got some size to him.
Hand it off, Ford. They'll leave it for Del Greco. Into the corner, Norcus. Drive the lane. Ford banked it up too strong. O'Malley goes up. It was partially blocked by Humphreys, I believe, and a big rebound pulled down by Aliquippa's Pugh, and he's becoming dominant now.
Yeah, you saw once again, though, the effect of Humphreys on that shot.
Yes.
On Ford's shot. And then when their ball was up for grabs, it was a 50-50 ball. Guess who came down with it? I mean, he grabs it like it's a ham. Look, I want that ham. I mean, look, that's the second or third time he's been very, very demonstrative in pulling the ball and securing the ball. And all that does is energize his teammates.
And it was O'Malley. You saw engaged with him, who picked up the foul. 5th team foul on the Rebels as we're down to 50 seconds left in this third quarter, the boys' AA championship game. McGinnis drives, thought about it, then kind of peeled back and resets. This is the most patient we've seen Aliquippa all day. Jeter, Sheldon Jeter, out front with it. Fields fronted there defensively. Del Greco, here's a drive to the hole, and up and in for Fields.
That was sweet. Spread the court, allow the guy to be able to take it to the rim, and he broke ankles on the way.
Biggest Aliquippa lead, 6. Drive, a lay it up, wouldn't go. Rebound, batted around, who gets it? Ford does. Ford, leave it out. Helton, thought about it, 8 seconds left. Peels back, 6 seconds. Pulls up, takes the 3, missed it. Picked up and laid up and in by Christian Del Greco at the buzzer. So a big basket there for Seton LeSalle at the buzzer. And after 3, we've got a great one here in the AA championship. Aliquippa overcomes a big deficit. They now have a 42-38 lead over Seton LaSalle here on the Xfinity High School Sports Championships. Fourth quarter, this boys' AA championship. Did you buckle your seatbelt?
I sure have,
okay,
man. And I'll tell you what, Aliquippa did in that quarter, outscoring Seton LaSalle by 10, 22-12. I said they needed a big, big third quarter decisive one, and they got it.
Here's a drive, kick it off into the corner, but Helton can't shoot it. Good defense here by the Quips.
Need it.
Norcus back. Del Greco, count it. Well, he ended the third quarter with that late bucket, and now cans a 3.
Those teams shooting about the same, 37-38%. That's big news, though, for Aliquippa, because that number really got bumped up with the much more effective shooting performance in the third quarter.
There's a miss, a shot blocked by Rogers. Rebound, Pugh, fought for Humphreys. Can he hold it? Who gets it? McGinnis does. Quick jumper from the baseline, no good. Pugh comes in, big rebound, goes up, and he'll shoot. They're going to call the foul on Christian Del Greco, and it will be a shooting foul.
I tell you, that was quite a exchange down there. First of all, Norcus was right there at the beginning of this sequence, physically, right in the middle of it with Humphreys and Pugh. And then once the ball was taken out and shot in by McGinnis, the scrum started all over again. And Pugh just, I'm telling you, man, he takes that ball like he owns it.
It's not for the faint of heart to go in the paint right now.
No.
Pugh hits it. You see Nick Lakovich there talking with the official.
That's 9 now for Pugh. McGinnis has 15, and Norcus still with 16. So those 16 in the first quarter, 0 since. That's a big storyline as well.
We're trying to build this back up to a 3-point lead, and he does.
It's a good ball game.
Oh, it's really picked up, too. You just get the feeling that's that snowball at the top of a mountain, and it's rolling right now. Helton on the dribble. McGinnis, good defense. And now he reaches around with the hand, and that will necessitate the foul call. McGinnis nods his head in approval, says, yeah, I got him.
He was beaten, and then he reached, and they'll call that every time.
His first foul. He's in good shape. 16 fouls on Seton LaSalle, 4 now on Aliquippa. Here's a drive in the lane. Left hand by Del Greco. Missed it. Rebound Norquist, and he finally scores after dominating the first.
That's right. First score since about a minute or so to go in this first quarter.
And this is Jordan. He'll drive. Has it stripped out. I think it was Del Greco, but he's quick with those hands. He got called for that foul just a couple of minutes ago, but there you see the quick hands to get in there and knock it out. 5'10" senior.
You know, if he's able to pop a couple, particularly with the three ball, it could have a big effect.
Speaking of three ball, that is Jasir Jordan, who just drained one.
Yep.
Back to a 4-point Aliquippa lead. Mark Walsh on that Seton LaSalle bench, working his team around. This is Ford, back out, Helton, drives, some contact, and now we get a foul, and what did we get? It was actually called, there was a double whistle there, I think. The lead official underneath going to make the call here. It's a blocking foul.
I believe it's going to be exactly what you called it. It's going to be on McGinnis, has picked up now a pair within a minute.
No shot, so they'll inbound from the baseline. Sophomore Cletus Helton to toss in. And he goes to the other sophomore. Ford can't hit, gets it right back, and he gets it to roll in, and they're going to count it. I think we had a basket interference. The basket counts. They're saying it was touched on the cylinder is what the whistle was for here. Watch it go up on the second try. Right, they're going to say there was a touch right there, so they wanted to make sure they got the basket. This is Fields with it. And Fields will drive right down the lane, lays it up and in.
Little runner right there for Fields, and that gives him for today 6 points.
Quickly back. Harris Ford. He'll spin with it. Underneath. Boy, he had Del Greco right back. Here's a drive, and that's going to be on the offense.
Yeah.
Good call. Andrew Rogers took the pass and really didn't have a choice, and he initiates the contact and gets the foul. Derek Fields hamming it up there.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question there on that one. And now, 4-point spread with the ball.
5.5 left for the boys AA championship. Aliquippa, #1 seed, 24-0. Seton LaSalle, the defending champs, the #3 seed. Here's a drive by Humphreys, and he walked that extra step. And you see his coach, Nick Lakovich, kind of imploring with him. You know, he knew he's not upset with the call. He knew that was a trap. Drive it the other way. And couldn't hit it was Helton. And stolen back by Seton LaSalle. To the hole, lay it up and in. Who else? Ryan Norkus.
Oh, he's starting to heat up again. Helton with a bad decision with the ball, but boy, he got cleaned up.
Oh, the follow-up jam by Humphreys. That will get emotions flowing here. Wow.
Clear path, no block out. He's able to take advantage of his size and jump.
Here's Ford. Norkus drives, pulls up, can't get it to fall, and Pugh with the big rebound. Aliquippa back with 4.5 to play. The drive and the pass, and that time McGinnis says, I'm just going to let it go. I saw the defender touch it. And
Good
he
hands.
said, it looks like Ford might be cramping up here. Now here, you've got to watch this. Watch this. That's how you clean the glass.
Yep, no, but again, he attacked the rim, and there was no, he was almost on top of the rim. Certainly, his hairstyle was. Good hands by 15 on that play, Helton.
And out front with it now, McGinnis. Stephon McGinnis. Set things up in their half-court offense. Plays off the pick from Humphreys. Work it left side and drives. Tries a little dipsy-do. Lost it. Fought for. Who gets it? Seton LaSalle does. Good work that time by the senior, Andrew Rogers. Ford through the lane. Tries to go up, and he'll draw the foul, and he'll shoot two.
He'll force the action. I tell you what, Ford has no problem with his style being aggressive. It's very reflective of his personality, and that's a bigger man. It made no difference to him.
So, Ford at the line. A little behind the back to himself before he shoots, and he can't hit it. And these are big free throws now, Ellis. They're all important. These are big. When you're down and the clock is stopped, you want as many points as you can get.
0 for 2 from the free throw line. He's got 9 points for the game. That's a little bit below his average of About 14.
Second one is good. A 3-point Aliquippa lead. And the Quips were down by as many as 9 in the first half. Battle back in that third quarter. There's a long tray up, no good for Jordan. Rebound, pulled down nicely by Rogers. And Andrew Rogers kind of flexing his muscle here late in this game.
He is. Quick possession, was it not? I mean, how many passes did that take?
Yep.
One?
And this is, talk about Rogers can't hit it. Rebound, Ford, he wants to go to the hole. Goes up, no whistle. Rebound, Humphreys, here comes Aliquippa. Long lead pass, hauled in, left it right back for Fields, and it's good. What a play by Pugh to catch that pass and then lead the pass back for the layup.
Pugh's been really impressive, and I'm telling you what, Ford is still upset about the call or lack thereof on the other side. He's very expressive. I'm telling you right now, he's rotating his head.
Yeah.
He was given it to the ref. He's got to be careful.
Well, a game like this is the last thing in the world you need. Here's a long tray up, no good by Cletus Helton. The rebound, Norcus can't get it to fall. Pugh with the rebound, and he threw it away.
That's about the fifth time off of a rebound, a defensive rebound, a stop, that Aliquippa's thrown it away within a second or two. Am I crazy?
No, you're exactly right.
To use your phrase, in a game like this, come
No.
on.
Yeah. A 5-point lead right now. Big possession here for Seton LaSalle with 2:56 left. And a timeout, Aliquippa. So it's Nick Lakovich who takes the timeout. Everybody will catch their breath, and let's take a look at that last play here. That long lead, but what a great read here, just to feed it right back in the easy layup.
If I'm Mark Walsh right now, I'm gathering everybody, of course, but I'm looking in the eyes of Paris Ford saying, settle down.
Yes.
Settle down. He I mean, really, all the body language, and it is quite communicative, if I'm getting it right now, and it's not positive.
Right.
And well, I don't think the refs want to step in and say, but I tell you what, he's going to put somebody in a bad position if he keeps it up.
Well, it's a tough position to be in because, trust me, the last thing any of these three officials want to do is call a technical foul right now.
Right.
Because it's a 5-point championship game late in the fourth quarter, and you're going to put somebody at the line for 2 shots and the ball.
All right.
So the last thing these guys want to do is call it. But if a player forces your hand, you've got no choice.
He could be an outburst away. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
He's an emotional player. Is he not?
He's very emotional. He's been throughout.
And by the way, speaking of emotions, the only Aliquippa team to win the WPIAL title undefeated was in 1949. They were 29-0.
Wow. Okay.
And I remember that team quite well.
Do you really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm actually.
What do you remember about it?
I'm actually 76, not 56.
Man, do you look great for your age.
Thank you very much. I'm going to start to sell that. Hi, I'm 76. I was thinking about you, Bruce. You step in and you do these basketball and football games, and you do a great job. And, I was thinking about this morning as I was getting prepared, knowing you're not a freak. You're a super freak.
I like it.
How do you get that status?
It's not easy.
It's
not easy.
I can't even imagine being in your world on a regular basis.
Out front, Seton LaSalle down by 5, and they're going to call the offensive foul here on Christian Del Greco. So now both teams will be in the bonus here, Ellis, because that's 6 on Aliquippa, 7 on Seton LaSalle. So we're going to shoot free throws the rest of the way here. Now, again, on that offensive foul, you're not going to shoot, obviously, but Jordan will work it up for the Quips. Ford guards him, reaches around, can't get it, drives, lay it up, it won't go, but he'll go to the line. I love how he uses his body here to protect. Watch this.
Yep,
Watch how he uses his body to make sure he gets the shot. He's going to turn right there. Just that little bit of a turn to make sure the ball doesn't get knocked loose. He gets a chance at potentially a 3-point play. Only a junior.
Helton, by the way, was up front there, and I just think he just got beat.
Yeah.
In fact, to spur that whole thing on by Jordan, you're absolutely right. That little act in the air right there was pretty impressive.
Second one, good. And now a 7-point lead. That's the biggest lead for Aliquippa tonight. 2.5 left. Big possession. Seton LaSalle. Three-pointer. Norcus can't hit. Rebound. Fought for. Helton to the hole. Lays it up. No good. Tapped up, and we get a foul. And with that, we're going to see, Cletus Helton go to the line.
And you're going to see a lot of this. And we're going to see it right now, because if these guys are going to go, if both teams are going to go to the iron like this, and both teams are going to challenge like that, then we're going to spend a good 45 minutes here over the next 2:22. I have no problem with that, because that's what they want to do. But that ultimately may allow somebody to pop one from outside, because it's just going to draw defenses in.
And I'll say it again, these free throws are so critical for Seton LaSalle right now. Help missing the first one. Oh, missed both. Rebound, good play by Ford. Ford's going to go right back up with it and gets it.
Very nice. Left-handed by Ford.
That's a huge play for Seton LaSalle, but if you're Aliquippa, you've got to be kicking yourself. The kid just missed 2 free throws, and you don't get the rebound. There's a drive and a kick. We'll get the quick kick call on Andrew Rogers here.
Ford's he's a good player. He's a sophomore. He's a good player, and they're in good hands with Ian Helton coming back next year as juniors with this level of experience and this quality of play.
So Aliquippa, the toss in from the baseline. And again, we're going to get it. And the officials just trying to keep everybody under control. Way out to Humphreys. And Humphreys will leave it now to McGinnis. Kind of spreading things out here. And another kick. Oh, no, he called a foul. I thought we might see a kick on that. So we're going to shoot. It's going to be a bonus. A 1-and-1. Del Greco's looking, saying, is it on me?
He is.
So that's 19 fouls on Seton LaSalle. So Aliquippa, after this, will shoot 2.
Del Greco couldn't understand the last call on him. Now he's completely befuddled.
Yes, he is. It's 1-and-1 here, and he hits the front end. Stephon McGinnis. He's a senior, 5'9". Second one. Missed it. Rebound, help. So the Rebels down by 6. Help's going to try to go coast to coast, and we're going to get, I believe, McGinnis on a reach.
Yep.
Fields had one side, McGinnis had the other, and it is a 1-and-1 here.
Boy, Helton just exploded. I mean, he just exploded. When you explode, and it's an open field, it's one thing. When you could be described as exploding and you got Aliquippa on the court, that says another. That's a whole different stratus.
Well, in both of these sophomores, Helton and Ford, I mean, they are both like that.
Yeah. No, they're fearless. They're absolutely fearless. That's what I said earlier. They don't physically look or play like they're sophomores.
Right. Now, crucial free throws here. Helton hits the first one. Try to make it a 4-point game. Walsh may want a timeout if he makes it. And he does.
You're right.
You could see him talking to the officials. So Mark Walsh takes a full timeout here as his Rebels pulled to within 4. So 1:53 left in this boys AA championship. We said we expected this fourth quarter to be frantic, and the two teams here have certainly not disappointed.
No. As a matter of fact, they've both brought it. They both know what's on the line. Obviously, one team wants to defend the WPIAL championship that they have. Last year, Nick Lakovich, his team, 20-7. And really, they had it fall off for a couple of years. Let's be honest about it. After Marvin Emerson resigned, they had some downtimes under Bobby Williams for 3 years. And then Lack comes back in. In the meantime, he had moved over to become an assistant under Doug Biega over at Beaver Falls. Great coach, great system, winning program. He comes back. The first thing that he does is basically say, look at my watch from the '89 championship and look at my ring at Beaver Falls, Aliquippa, and look at my ring. I got 13 for the championship with Beaver Falls. Kids bought into it, very, very strong disciplinarian. These guys have reacted very well to it. On a personal note, this is a man who's been dealing with a lot this year. He lost his wife on Christmas Eve. So emotionally, it's been extremely difficult while he's guiding his team to an undefeated season. They make movies about stuff like this.
Yeah, that's not easy. Absolutely. 1:53 left here. As Aliquippa will toss it in and they throw it away. Big turnover there. Helton underneath. Norcus lays it in. Wow, 2-point game. Now again, poor turnover here. Quickly, they come back and the defense out of position, and Norcus able to lay it up and in, and now a whistle and a foul as we go the other way. And this may be on Del Greco again. And it will be a 1-and-1. Nope, it's double bonus. That's right, double bonus. So Del Greco picks up his third, excuse me.
No. First of all, the inbound pass.
Yeah.
We could talk about that for 10 minutes. I mean, that wasn't well executed, to put it politely. Huge turnover once again. You've got possession, you've got the lead. Can't have that.
Boy, talking about hitting free throws. McGinnis hits that one. Second one. Also good. Clutch by the senior, Stephon McGinnis. Back to a 4-point deficit for the Rebels. Here's Helton with it to Ford. Two sophomores now switch up. Ford takes the top of the key. Cross court. Rogers. Helton, little fake pass now, pulls back for the three. Can't get it to fall. Rebound. Who gets it? Boy, in with it was Christian Del Greco. Can't get it to fall. Ford goes up, and it won't fall. Rebound. Pugh, he gets bumped from behind, and will get the foul on Seton LaSalle. I believe Helton will be the guilty party here.
Humphreys. Well, this is going to be a fun replay to watch. First, Del Greco just a tad bit light, and then Ford, as you know he's going to do, is going to go straight up no matter what. He's fearless. And the tap right there by Humphreys, we should point out, had a 14-12 performance to help get this team here. 14 points, 12 rebounds. And he's clearly changed the tenor of this game. And then 23, who's just been able to get every loose ball today. Everyone. Forget 50-50. Anything loose.
Wow. Another key free throw is on Pugh.
He's taken that ball away like somebody stole it from him.
Yes, he has.
I love that.
Pugh. Missed it. Rebound. Humphreys goes up and he's fouled. And he'll go to the line. And even Nick Lakovich wanted that one on the putback.
Yeah.
He was leaning over the sideline.
Yeah, you could see everybody reacted on that Aliquippa bench because it looked for a second like it was going to go. And that they were looking for the old school three, which at this point, the 5-point deficit, pretty important. This guy's got a great spin from the free throw line.
Front one is good. Back to 6. And, remember at halftime, didn't we say Aliquippa was 0 for 2 from the free throw line?
That's changed.
And, boy, have these free throws been huge down the stretch here for Aliquippa.
I believe they're now 13 of 17 from the line.
Missed it. Help. Big rebound there. Down to a minute left. Seton LaSalle. Norcus. 3. Got it. Timeout. Mark Walsh quick with the timeout. With 58.2 seconds on the clock. Well, he was the star of the first quarter, but how about this one?
Yeah, I mean, the sophomores have been a big part of how this team got here. They've been a big part of today. You heard Coach say at halftime, Coach Walsh, we got to get the ball. I have to do a better job getting the ball to our key player, and that, of course, is Norcus, who just drilled the second three. He's right there in your home.
Now, everybody's got their smartphones here at the Peterson Event Center, so you obviously want to get social with the high school basketball championships on Xfinity TV. For this one, it's been a fantastic game. If we want a quick recap, Seton LaSalle had a 20-15 lead at the end of the first quarter. And then they led 26-20 at the half. In fact, they led by as many as 9 points. Aliquippa didn't get their first lead of the game until the third quarter when they outscored Seton LaSalle 22-12. They have had as much as a 6-point lead, and right now, you see it's a 3-point.
Yeah, it's been about even Stevens since 1918, I think, on a scoreboard in the fourth quarter in favor of Seton LaSalle.
And a quick foul. I don't know if they necessarily wanted that. Christian Del Greco just kind of put that hand out to impede him. So the holding foul, and with that, they'll put Darian Fields at the line, shooting 2. Remember, double bonus, so they're going to get 2 shots, not the 1 and 1.
If 5 players in the rotation here for Aliquippa that are in double figures. They all know how to score. Getting to the line's the easiest way.
And you know what? They're all hitting key free throws. Big smile here by Darian Fields as he hits both. 62-57, 54 left. Helton back. Left side, Del Greco into the corner. Norquist, that 3 again. No good. Humphreys with the rebound and a grab, and make sure you go for the basketball there. The foul on Cletus Helton. And we'll shoot 2 again.
I tell you what, I understand what McGinnis did there, and I'm not going to doubt his kid. I like him a whole heck of a lot, but man, he had an open pew on the inside the circle there.
You see 3 for 6 at the line today. 18 points. Stephon McGinnis. Lefty hits the first one. It's a 7-point lead.
He liked it before it left his fingers. He was already going back into defense.
Del Greco to Rogers. Pull-up jumper, no good. Norquist battling for the rebound off of Aliquippa. It stays Rebel basketball with 34 seconds left.
No complaints from Seton LaSalle there, either the bench, the coach, or Norquist, when in fact it looked like Pugh was on his back. So we're going to go with the idea that there was no touch.
Inbound, quick 3 is up, no good. Norquist fights for it, but can't hold it and loses it out of bounds. Just couldn't pull it in. Looking for the quick foul again here. Long pass behind everybody, McGinnis. And he'll lay it up and in. Oh, you can't have that happen.
No.
Now Nick Lakovic can taste it. 3-pointer up, no good. Humphreys with the rebound with 18 seconds left. Aliquippa on the verge. And now a big tie-up and a good play that time. I like what I saw from Ryan Norquist there. You know, you've got to be frustrated at this point. You know what's happening. You know you're going to commit the foul here, but he kept everything under control, made sure nothing extra happened.
And he gave him actually an attaboy.
And actually, it actually wasn't a foul. They just called possession error, which belongs to Aliquippa with 10, and now the grab. And we're going to see the 2 shots here for Fields. So Aliquippa about to claim a WPIAL championship here at the Peterson Event Center, but it certainly wasn't easy.
No, no, it wasn't. It was a fight, and you got to give all the credit in the world to Seton LaSalle. That's not lip service. I thought it was their game to win, quite frankly, the way they were playing through 3 quarters of basketball. And it's a comfortable, confident Aliquippa team at the stripe right now. Everybody's making, they're feeding off. This kid in front of us, Humphreys, keyed this game in the second half with his return after really not playing much of the first half with those 2 fouls. Big story there. And again, only the 14th team in over 50 years to win a WPIAL championship undefeated.
Back with the rejection. That's how Humphreys would like to wrap it up.
That's very...
And the Aliquippa Quips are WPIAL champions here at the Peterson Event Center. They knock off the defending champion Seton LaSalle Rebels, what a fantastic game here for this AA championship. Well, let's do our Xfinity player of the game for the Aliquippa Quips. Who else? Stephon McGinnis. Lefty with the tray. Little move. He showed it all athletically. Little jumper there. Good penetration drive on the baseline. He's special, isn't he, Ellis?
You know, I tell you what, he really is. I'm trying to tally up his numbers. His points were there, the athleticism was there, the confidence, the leadership was there. And, you know, another intangible, you just felt a different level of comfort with him having the ball in his hands at times, at crucial times, particularly when they were losing, than maybe a couple of his teammates. He seemed to be able to keep his poise at times just a little bit better, and I think that is very, very much deserving of that fight we just gave him.
68-57 is your final score as Aliquippa claims the AA championship. And we'll be back to wrap things up here. The Xfinity High School Sports AA championship.
Number 10, Montel Reigns. Number 11, Bobby 7, at a sighted time to be determined. Good luck to our 2015 WPIAL champions, the Aliquippa Quips.
Oh, yeah. I got you. Okay.
Oh! You know what, you're absolutely right. At halftime, it's something we talked about, amongst other things. At the end of the talk at halftime, we said, look, all the other stuff was bad. The good news is, I think everything went Seton LaSalle's way. They played as good as they could play, and we were still on the down 6. So, we knew we were still in the ball game. And we shot the last tonight. Well, it's the plastic debris that already shot. How close were you to
What? A lot of we wanted to bring home gold. All our fans that they look to bring home gold.
Nick, your second year at the helm, 3 years prior, being a proud alum, what a job you and your coaching staff have done. Bring this program back to where so many people expected. Number 11 for Aliquippa, they did it in 1949. 66 years ago, they were 25-0 when they won the national title. Now, 55-0. For an Aliquippa guy.
Here, to tell you everything you need to know. On the way here, Del Rivas is here. John Baldwin, I think, is here. Todd Law sent me a nice text. So, here you go. It says
it all. This is what this is. This is for everybody that wore this uniform from the very first team at Aliquippa till now. This is just all family. You know, we're just so happy for everybody.
Nick, we know you have another interview lined up. Congratulations. I know you still have 5 wins in front of you. That's your ultimate goal. But getting the WPIAL championship is a great starting block. Congratulations. And it happened to a player who's been through an awful lot these past couple months. Congratulations. You deserve that smile.
Rob, I think for all you guys, I really appreciate it. How about a little party on Wednesday night down in Robertson? Robert, your house, Bob's house, I don't know
Well, it is Bob's house. That's Bob's Sterling, the owner. Okay. 7 o'clock start time.
I checked. Robert's roadside.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be there.
All right. Wednesday night, and we'll have to get the word of the players, and I guess we'll celebrate the championship with some good times. 7 o'clock Wednesday night. But still, getting to the season with the school.
What was Dorcas like, the big kid from Seton?
He's pretty good. He has a lot of moves and stuff. I respect his game, but I knew in the second half I had to step up more and just try to shut him down. That's what the hard game.
I don't think he scored a third quarter, I don't think.
I'm not sure.
He has a bus in the fourth.
I'm not sure.
What was it like at half?
We're playing about their best game.
I can say that, yeah. But I give all this honor to Coach Nick.
Absolutely. That was one of the things we talked about at halftime. That, effort, mentally and physically, he needed to step up, and he did. He had a really bad first half. Yes, total monster on board the second half.
You guys were 2 of 13 threes in the first half, but much better in the second half.
Very poor shot selection in the first half. We're pressing. We're taking shots that were just not good shots. And, 13th team in history to run through this thing, win a WPIAL championship, 25-0. And when I say this, I'm not saying it being cocky. But man, we've gone through the season 25-0, and we still haven't had a game in single digits. Today was a double-digit win also, and it's not. I'm not being caught. I'm just really proud of that. I'm really proud of that we have that kind of resolve, physically, mentally. That we've gone through this, and this hasn't bothered us. It hasn't weighed on us. Nothing. We just go out and play, and this is what I'm just really proud of these guys.
10th WPIAL title, right?
11.
11. 11 players. That's the most we've got. Yeah.
You've been a part of it as a assistant coach
between here and here. Oh wow! Man, I have to stop and think about it.
Isn't that a nice problem to have?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to stop and think about that one. I think I've been to 5 state championships, so I'm sure more WPIAL than that. Yeah, I don't know.
This is the first since 2007.
Yes.
Who were you at that? Were you on the strap?
2006 and 2007. We won it back to back. 2006, I was assistant here. We won it here. We beat Camden here, and to come back and do it again. Hey, we're undefeated for the people.
How about the foul shooting in the fourth quarter? I think it was like 14.
Tremendous. You know the crazy thing is, that's exactly the kind of way it was in 2006 when we played here. Herb went like 21 for 22 from the line, and we won a close one with Camden. So hey, you know what? These guys will tell you, man. We shoot a ton of free throws, but leading up to this, we shot a ton of free throws, so it worked out.
Yeah. McGinnis gets his first WPIAL bucket.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, believe that. Yeah. Wow.
Talk about the addition of Seton. What did he mean coming in? Obviously you had a lot coming back.
You know what? I'll tell you a quick story. My first dealing with him when he came, we had a scrimmage up in Mount Lebanon with Beaver Falls. And he went out there just right after football. The only part he did was a day or two. And man, looked like crap. And I looked, I said, man, what is the deal with this kid? It didn't take long after that to really see what the deal is. He's a special kid, special player. And today might have been one of his worst games of the whole year. I mean, it literally was probably one of those 1 or 2 worst games all year. But hey, other guys picked it up, and that's just the way we do it. We're just very unselfish. We don't have to depend on any one guy. But the addition of Stephon has just been huge.
Do you know who you play at in the States yet?
No, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, well, you didn't think so, yeah.
I'm just a firm believer. If we do what we do, we'll be okay.
You got a game Friday, that's all you know.
Is it Friday?
Saturday.
I was saying, more than me. Okay.
Thanks.
Hey, even though you guys had us 3 for about the first 30 times, had us ranked number 3.
What's going on?
You know black people gonna come outside.
Yes, you know all black people come outside.
Oh, they're trying to fly the word out of